at the end of the day. It's called Vespers in Ambleside, and this is in memory for Quante Jung and Nathan Strupp. At dusk, the coho leap beneath the crescent moon in dark September waters like 40 years ago when parents took kids upriver to watch the big fish spawn. We called the rocky shallows paradise. Tonight, the leaping salmon are my country. At harbor, ships' beacons glimmer for love through the haze of beach fires. Dogs dance along the shore beneath Colshan's Mount Baker's gaze south of the border. Seagrass scrapes our shins and the gulls cry nightfall while the coho leap unceasing in their vespers. Although we talk a little among ourselves, what new can be said of this autumn miracle? Look here, how the salmon forge the surging channel as night settles and the bridge lights sparkle above Lion's Gate. We walk east along the trail washed umber by the moon, the coho leaping in silvery light so near we can almost touch them, reaching for perfection in the single moment's final flight. Only this awakening is new. May it be forever thus, O Goddess, with the salmon dancing, our children beside us, still knowing a world of miracles, simple, perfect, holy.
And still in the theme of children, of jewels, I pluck dandelions, show my daughter how to make a wreath. Underground, the mine works overtime, digging up diamonds. She dances in the grass, dreaming of the earth is nursing to perfection what she will become, a ring. My son already learning to be tough, with tiny daisies in his hands, a bracelet. The shape of questions. Daughter, trees sleep quietly on my chest. The years grow deep, distracting. Their branches search for the turn of veins. Questions hang like moss on the limbs of my child. I keep her small years all to myself, sometimes even pressed between the pages of books. Son, the debris on the beach lie like questions that have never been asked. We get closer, the crunch of pebbles. They fill the palms of my now 3-year-old son. His eyes filled with blue wonder. His footprints full of ocean. His warm hands already altering the questions.
A few empty seats, a few spare seats up here. Some of you folks in the back would like them. Get out of the sun.
So Trevor, what is this thing called love?
Well, about 400 years ago, Christopher Marlowe, who was William Shakespeare's friend and rival playwright, we saw a little bit about him in that film a few years ago called Shakespeare in Love. He came up with a poem that probably we've all encountered in school at one time or another when we used to have to study poetry chained to our desks. but he came up with a kind of a classic story about what love might involve, and maybe not what it is, but some of the things that it ropes us into. This is one of those old chestnuts, but I've always loved it. It's called The Passionate Shepherd to His Love. And I think maybe we'll read this one for Cliff Harris and his wife who come out today. Cliff's always down here making archival records of these productions for the municipality, for the libraries, so thanks, Cliff. Come live with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove that valleys, groves, hills and fields, woods or steepy mountain yield. And we will sit upon the rocks, seeing the shepherds feed their flocks by shallow rivers to whose falls melodious birds sing madrigals. And I will make thee beds of roses and 1,000 fragrant posies, a cap of flowers and a kirtle embroidered all with leaves of myrtle, a gown made of the finest wool which from our pretty lambs we hold, fair-lined slippers for the cold with buckles of the finest gold, a belt of straw and ivy buds with coral clasps and amber studs. And if these pleasures may thee move, come live with me and be my love. The shepherd swains shall dance and sing for thy delight each May morning. And if these delights thy mind may move, then come with me and be my love.
Daniela, what is this thing called love?
How do we ever know? I always wonder, it's almost like each poem, if you're trying to run after love, is an attempt to try and capture a little bit of it. It's probably too big for one poem, for sure. 7 years later. The sunflowers on the table tell me you are home. I do not hesitate with the spices on the salad. We spend the day in garlic exile from the world. Put clothes on only when necessary. Get lost in Escher architecture, flipping his etchings inside out. Red ants on a Mobius strip, searching for the precise instant of transformation from bird to ship, from bee to fish, in this meta circle, as if there is a secret encoded in how we change, how space slows down under the magnifying glass of touch, where satiation is separate from need. Need is more than just being together. Being together is to grow younger with the words we draw from the deep wells of our laughter.
What is this thing called love? This crazy thing That's why I ask every one of you out there, what is this thing called love? What is this thing? What is this thing called love? What is this thing? What is this thing called love?
Well, we're working with this theme of love through the afternoon here, and when we're young, sometimes love comes at unexpected moments, and especially when we're on the road traveling. I'm going to read a poem here about those younger days that's set in Yorkshire. It's called Bingley Moor. I came to manhood in this landscape, tramping the dales, laying whole days beneath Wordsworth skies. The Bronte ache is honed deep on Yorkshire's limestone stiles, on the sheep skulls strewn on Bingley Moor. Off narrow lanes where cadmans, shepherds, lamented fallen angels, black-eyed ewes heave in the mist, grunting a simple truth. Mud, filthy wool, mutton on the hoof. Kindness is shaped by such hardness in the land. Joy came later in 5-pound flats, jazz crackling up from London, brooding on Milton for hours, jazz on the midnight wireless. Oh love, you wandered all the afternoon alone. The brook you followed led to uncertain arms. We sang without you at the inn. Sadness is the rod of our teachings, and the brook ran fierce and spilled its course among the rocks and moss of the trout pool where we found you. Now only memory parses what image still remains. Nights with pale lovers, the flints one finds among fallen stiles, or the frogs that leap in sunlight after flies near the winter-blasted trees on Bingley Moor. I think the road's a pretty constant theme in poetry and art, and there's 3 short sketches here, also from Celtic Highway. They're called 3 New York Poems as Song, and it's just that archetypal story of a young writer going far from home, a big city, knocking on doors, looking to log those manuscripts. Every writer goes through it if they're going to try for something a little bigger. So here we are, 3 New York Poems as Song. Leave taking. At the departure gate, we kiss. I say, be good. She smiled, whispered, have fun. Selling manuscripts, West 6th and 43rd. Outside the China gift shop, a tiny sparrow singing his heart out in the snow. Light in the heart of Manhattan. In the station of the metro. Lord, in my despair, I looked upward and saw water pipes, fluorescent light, the rusty crevice of the worn-out time. 22nd Street.
Out on a limb. Still, we travel, you and I, through space of trees and concrete leaning into light. We tell tales of places we've been for a while, wrapped around each other, limbs you cannot see. They radiate and turn into the crowns of trees. They are the rest of my arms past two. They come and go, and I forget to count them every night. Some I even lose in the skin of this century that lends me its body. No matter how still we sit, we are changed by the sheer momentum of time, the acceleration of memory, the cherries on my ears with their leaves still on, a picture of us sitting just as we were this afternoon, your coffee cup full next to a bowl of apricots, and my hands hung words on the tree of ours.